In less than 24 hours, the U.S. Supreme Court will decide whether to hear another case that will set precedent for tribal jurisdiction in the state. It's a case that's made its way all the way to the highest court, all over a traffic ticket on tribal land. News 9's Haley Wager tells us what the SCOTUS decision could mean going forward.
It's the ongoing battle between tribal and municipal jurisdiction. The case of Tulsa v. Hooper.
The background on this goes, back quite a ways.
In 2018, Justin Hooper got a speeding ticket from Tulsa police. After the McGirt decision, Hooper appealed the fine, claiming that Tulsa lacked jurisdiction because he was a tribal member. A federal district court sided with Tulsa. Then the case was challenged in a higher court, the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, which ruled in favor of Hooper. Now it's in the hands of the U.S. Supreme Court.
If the Supreme Court no longer takes up the case, the law of the 10th Circuit will remain in place, and traffic citations, municipal DUIs will remain with the tribal court. Any felonies would go to the federal court.
Tribal Court Judge Robert Gifford explains the Supreme Court could reverse the Hooper decision.
It will give jurisdiction back to the city of Tulsa.
Or they could grant shared jurisdiction to the tribes and the city.
It comes down to the cooperation between law enforcement agencies.
The city of Tulsa argues SCOTUS should grant a review because of the Curtis Act, an 1898 law in which Congress asserted control over affairs in Indian Territory.
And there's a very strong argument that the Curtis Act is not applicable.
Governor Stitt has been very outspoken about this case.
We have a system of justice that the Tulsa Police Department cannot write a speeding ticket. That's a problem.
The U.S. Supreme Court has already granted 2 stays on the case. The most recent stay expires tomorrow at 4 p.m., and they're expected to decide whether or not they plan to take up the case. In the studio for Oklahoma's Own, I'm Haley Wager.